Hello, my name is Karen Alpizar and I'm a student in Mr. West's Advanced Drafting course. And this is my second semester capstone video. In this class, we're in a very independent environment. We choose which field we want to focus on, whether it's engineering or architecture. Once we choose, we also get to research and pick out certain projects we might be interested in. And for the first semester of this class, I mostly did a lot of practice drawings for the idea competition, which took place in March 3rd. When the day came, I felt prepared and I went in thinking I was going to do good and to just try my best. And after I was done with the drawing and they announced the winners, I ended up getting 3rd place in my machine CAD category, which had 20 other competitors. I got a certificate and a bronze medal as well as other raffle items. And the experience for all 3 years was really fun, and it helps build up your proficiency in CAD. But for a second semester, I decided to work on a replacement handle for my drawer because the original one kept slipping off of the posts, which were too far apart. I took the handle off of the drawer and took it into the class so I can get the measurements and start my sketches. I was trying to come up with ideas on ways for the handles not to slip off of the post anymore, so I decided to give it an angle where the post would be, and so that it wouldn't slip off anymore. And after finishing all the sketches, I went into Inventor and made all the 3D models. This is the post over here, this is the handle, and this is the assembly. And then these are the drawing files with all the dimensions and scales. And after that, it was ready to 3D print. But when I came back to class, Mr. West pointed out that the post wouldn't slip onto the handle because of the 90-degree angle, and it would get stuck and not slip on. So I went back to my sketches, made some renovations, and put less of an angle on it. And I also opened up the bottom hole so that it could slip on easier. And then after that, I went back to Inventor, made the new models. And this is a new post, the new handle, the new assembly. And then after I saw that the problem was fixed, as you can see here, I had to measure the thread of the screw and drill the thread into the new posts, as you can see in this picture. After that, I took the parts home and tested it out, and this is a picture of my drawer with the new handle, and this is a video of me testing it. So yeah, the next project I decided to do was a phone holder that would be able to strap onto the rungs of my bed. And for research, I went onto a website called Thingiverse and looked at multiple phone stands, but I got the most inspiration from these two, where I saw the rubber bands and the handles that were also adjustable. Next, I had to start my brainstorming and sketches to make my own phone holder. And then at first I wanted to do like a clip-on, but I was scared that the plastic wouldn't be flexible enough and that it would break easily. So my teacher gave me an idea to make 2 holes and then put a zip tie through it so that way it can strap onto the rungs. So that's what I did, and I also put that on the back where the phone lays. And these are the holders, and the dimension of the rungs and the distance between the rungs, and also my phone dimensions. And then I went to Inventor and made all the models, the base, the back, and the little holders. And then this is assembly of how it's supposed to go. And I sent it to the 3D printer, which took close to 12 hours to print all the parts. And then I had to scrape off all the support materials. And the handles ended up being too thick, so I used sandpaper to shave down some material. And eventually, I made a slide in, and it was good to go. So I took it home and tested it out. And that's a picture of it assembled. But I found a problem that the handles weren't tall enough to grab the phone well in, and it would slide out easily. So I went back to the computer, back to Inventor, made the changes I had to do, which was to elongate the handles. I quickly printed them out again, made sure they would work this time. And then I put the rubber bands and to the handles and hooked them to the back so it could adjust. And I also put some handles around the holders to give it a grip on the phone. And it worked really well, and the phone stayed put. And this is the final product. And also a tweet that Autodesk Inventor commented. Then for my last project, I got some inspiration from my newborn nephew. As I saw him laying in his crib, I knew it'd be cool to design some kind of baby mobile that attaches to the crib. And then for the research, I went back to the website, Thingiverse, and saw this baby mobile, which gave me the idea to make separate segments that came together to create the arm. And I also like the way this holder was designed. So then I went to do the sketches, and this shows the segmented parts where it makes the arm, and I went with this design over here. And this is the crib holder that attaches to the crib, and then it attaches to the arm. And then this is the holder where you put the rods in, and I decided to make some caps so you could, with some hooks, so you could tie the things that hang from the baby mobile. And then I was able to do all the models in Inventor. There's a crib holder which goes onto this part of the arm, and that attaches to the other part. Then these two go together, and this is the last part with the hook. And also the little rods that go into the holder in here with the holes. And then these caps go onto the other end of the rod. And I ran out of time, and I couldn't finish the drawing files, or I wasn't able to 3D print any of this. But it was still a fun project to do. And then that's assembly. Yeah. And then for my future, well, I'm going to JJC and taking CAD classes to get an associate's degree. And I had a very nice time in this class during this school year. I'm going to continue improving my skills as much as I can. And these classes I've taken for the past 4 years of my high school experience helped me choose my career path because I was able to gain knowledge of CAD and ended up really liking it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Goodbye.